Welcome to Chiaroscuro Tarot, the art of living life. This reading is going to be about how to heal your heart chakra. So, a lot of times we experience hurt or traumatic things that when not released, can impact our heart chakra. So, this is going to kind of discuss how to heal that and how to release what is no longer serving you. First, I do want to apologize for this cord. I realized in a couple of my past videos that there was this weird like tick 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 noise, like a film reel going on in the background, and I guess I've dropped my phone a couple of times and this microphone is picking up a weird noise that doesn't exist. So until I figure something else out, I'm going to be using these headphones so that the sound doesn't have that annoying ticking in the background. But it's going to take some getting used to figure out how to work this so that the cord doesn't kind of like get in the way. Actually, maybe I can attach it. I don't know, but I'll figure it out. If you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. If you are new to the channel, there's just a couple of things to go over. One, these readings are timeless, so if I recorded this a year ago, it could still be applicable to you right now if you were drawn to the video and are watching it. Secondly, these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because we're just tapping into general energies here. So if the message doesn't resonate with you, it's probably not for you. So just leave it and take what does help. In addition, oh, I'm forgetting my other plug. Oh yes, if other people's energy shows up in the reading, it could be vice versa. So if I say something, maybe you're feeling or doing this and the other person's doing this, then please keep in mind that energies could be flipped, and just take it how it resonates for you. We have 4 piles to choose from. Just kind of, there will be a picture before we get to the readings. It'll be in the description below with all the timestamps of a close-up of the piles with the rings. You can go to whether you can be drawn to a pile, you can be drawn to a ring, you can use whatever you want to determine which pile you are drawn to. But we do have 4 piles and I'm using 4 rings this time. Pile number 1 is a wire-wrapped tanzanite ring. Pile number 2 is a mood ring. Pile number 3 is this ring. I don't know what it is, I found it. And pile number 4 is this really tiny opal ring. So just, if you're not feeling drawn to any of them, take a couple of breaths, close your eyes, pause the video at the image of the selections, and then just kind of see what you are drawn to. You can go either by feeling or where your eyes go. Well, we are going to move on to deck number 1. If you chose pile number 1, the tanzanite wire-wrapped ring, this will be the reading for you on how to heal your heart chakra. First off, we're gonna go with this oracle card, and we're gonna save those others for later. All right, I'm gonna show you this while I shuffle the other cards. This is number 17, the Fates. So there is I believe in the book with this particular card, it mentions the Serenity Prayer. God grant me I can't remember it. Grant me let's see if it's in there. I'm sorry, let me look. This is one of my favorite prayers. I'm totally blanking. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Whether or not you believe in God, I think that is a fantastic thing to say. So there is an element here of this. In a way, there may be things going on that have gone on that were out of your control. Things that you tried to control, or maybe you didn't exert control over appropriately. or maybe you doubt your ability to know the difference. With the fates, you have the woman kind of pulling on this string of stars, or she could be creating it, but she is controlling this string of stars, or are the stars controlling her? So there is an element of control there, whether feeling out of control, feeling kind of at the whim of others. Perhaps that heart chakra has been damaged due to others' actions that were not in your control, and you're kind of holding on to somebody else's stuff, maybe. Or perhaps there was a time where you should have been pulling the strings and you didn't, and now something went poorly because of it, and now not only do you have the hurt of something not going well, but you're doubting yourself as well. So I would just keep that serenity prayer in mind. That could be very helpful for you. Or even something to ponder, what am I trying to control that I can't? What am I not controlling that I should be? And having the wisdom to know the difference. All right, how to heal the heart chakra. Perhaps even understanding that, knowing that difference of what is controllable and what is not. Or even, I'm getting also a little bit of a feeling like things happening that just like kind of come out of nowhere. It's almost a feeling like maybe the universe is out to get you or something like that. This kind of feeling like I've had all of these bad things happen, and the universe is just out to get me. It's just messing with me. I think with this particular card, oh, we do have one coming. We have two coming already. With this particular card it's not quite the message. It's like you're missing the mark a little bit, because there are things that can be, in a sense, preordained, depending on what you believe. This is my own personal belief. So you may believe something different, but I do think that reincarnation is real, and I do think we choose to come here, and I think that there is free will, but there are instances in life where it feels like free will is not applicable, because when you chose to come here, you also chose to have certain experiences. You chose this for yourself. And so here you forget all about that, and it feels like these things are happening like it's fated, because in a sense it is, because you've already chosen it, but free will is still in play because it's something you initially chose in order for you to develop. If bad things come if you aren't progressing, if you aren't going in the direction you're supposed to go, X, Y, and Z will happen to get you in the right direction. It's not always pleasant, but there's more to it. There's a higher understanding of what has happened, of the things that have hurt you, that have caused this heart chakra to either be depleted or to be closed, that you may not have been engaging in. Like, what's the lesson here? What was I supposed to learn? Did I learn it, or am I continuing to repeat it? See if we can get any more. I might just pick them myself, because sometimes this takes too long for my impatient butt. There we go, we got one. So far, ooh. Let's see if we can get one more. We get two more. I see you in there. Okay. So far, definitely what I'm seeing here is that there has been perhaps a series of events or experiences throughout your lifetime that in a sense, the unfairness of it, there's a victim mentality, basically, is what I'm saying here, to be blunt. But you have allowed the unfairness of it to disempower you. It's the bad situations you have allowed to take away your own personal power, the way that you view yourself, the way that you are viewing the world in this disempowering manner is a result of you holding on to these things, and slipping away from yourself. Okay, so we're going to start with, I'm feeling these. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed, Justice reversed, and the Empress reversed. So your heart chakra, in this particular one, I'm seeing a very protected heart chakra. I don't think that it is depleted. I'm seeing protection. I'm seeing closed. You may struggle to have connections with other people as a result, or even find fulfillment in the connections you have in your life that are good. As a result of this. This is overprotectiveness, shutting down. Like even this person, you can see them holding this coin over their heart, almost like a shield, clutching it, holding it, hunched over, protecting, hunched over. So instead of engaging in life and in engaging in experiences, what you have experienced in the past has taught you not to, or you have interpreted it to be assigned to shut it down, to shut down your ability to connect to other people because something hurt. I'm not saying that whatever you went through wasn't hurtful. What I'm saying is that you held on to it long after it passed. You know, it's like, say somebody stabbed you in the hand with a pen. I don't know where this is coming from. Bizarre example, but this is what's coming into my head. And 20 years later, you're still crying about the pain in your hand, though it's been 20 years since anyone has stabbed you in the hand with a pen. That moment is long gone. It's no longer even applicable now. You don't even know any people who are willing to stab you in the hand with a pen anymore because you learned from the experience. You're all good, but you're still so focused on that somebody stabbed me in the hand with a pen and that it hurt, and my hand hurts, that 20 years later your hand is still hurting and you're still acting like it's a current vibration when it's not, which disempowers you. That action, that unfair, somebody getting away with doing something unfair, with hurting you, and no repercussions. They've experienced no justice for what they've done. Justice is a human construction, FYI. Real justice is not holding on to it and completely moving on, because you're continuing to give up your power by continuing to give this situation power that isn't even current anymore, which shuts down your heart chakra, causes you to overprotect yourself, and now you're no longer engaging with other people and not having meaningful connections. Because things went in a way that you didn't expect, in a way that you interpreted it as unfair or hurtful. I think a lot of this has to do, for some of you, this is good. We've got the Lovers here. I think this has to do with your romantic relationships. For others of you, I'm feeling that it's kind of all, it has to do with any connection that you've had deeply with another person, not necessarily romantic, friends, family, people that at some point you aligned with, where it felt right and harmonious, and you trusted them, and they did something that you found harmful. So I think for some of you, I think this is going to be strictly romantic. For others of you, it's any connection that you've had with another human being, including your connection with yourself. Don't forget about that one. Which also we've got, again, control. What can you control in this situation? Can you control another person? Can you really control another person's actions? Is it right to even? Like, is it appropriate? No, it's not to control another person. The only reason people control other people is out of fear. Otherwise, they would just be spending their time enjoying the presence of the people in their life and enjoying these people for who they are. lecture aside. We have the Emperor reversed and the Queen of Pentacles. Look at this. We have the Empress and the Emperor reversed. This is very interesting. The divine masculine and the divine feminine at play here, both reversed. This could be also indicative of, oh gosh, the words. The situations that malfunctioned, that you are hanging on to, that are justifying you protecting your heart chakra and keeping that locked down, also have to do with, it has to do with understanding the part that you played in it. I think that this is what it is. The imbalances that you had that fed into these situations. It's not saying you deserved what you got by any means. But when you have relationships, any type, there's at least two people. And as a result, both energies are responsible for what happens. Whether they acted or they didn't, doesn't matter. When you have two or more, you have multiple energies interacting. So I think that there is an element here of situations in which there was an imbalance between your masculine and feminine. Maybe sometimes you went too masculine and you tried to control everything. Maybe sometimes you went too feminine and just tried to be, uber passive and just allowed somebody to walk over you, all over you. There's a struggle between that masculine and feminine energy, and owning your role in that is what prevents it from happening again, and therefore there is no need to protect your heart chakra from people who could hurt it, because once you are balanced, you aren't going to continue to put fuel in these situations that hurt you. Once you take the responsibility for the way that you played into this and the role you took in creating these hurtful situations for yourself. Queen of Pentacles, I think that this is also about you maintaining your own inner stability, is what I'm hearing with this. So your own inner stability doesn't come from other people. If everybody around you acts right, you're still never going to feel that the stability you're looking for, because people have different wants, they have different needs, they have different paths, and they might do something that is right for them because that is necessary in the path that they are taking, but it's actually hurtful to you. And they're not meaning to hurt you, but they're hurting you because they have to do what's right for them. There are just going to be situations like that. No matter how everybody's all lined up, there's still going to be uncomfortable and painful situations. If you're lined up with your own energy, if you have the synthesis, let's look at it this way with the Lovers. The synthesis of the masculine and the feminine here, of the Emperor and the Empress, united in the Lovers, because the Lovers can be about alignment with self, with that balanced and harmonious within you. Then you are stable. You have your own internal stability. You can choose, you will be able to see, you'll know what situations are right for you and which situations aren't. And you'll be able to behave by either acting or non-action, like in the Serenity Prayer. Help me figure out, have the wisdom to know the difference. Do I try to change something? Do I let it go? You will know that because you'll be lined up in your own internal power, and then you will no longer be engaging in situations that hurt you, and you'll start engaging in situations that are very nurturing and very positive for you to be in. I also suspect that opening up this heart chakra again, notice the imagery, holding that pentacle across her heart, except this time this card is upright and you have all of this growth going on around her, and her hair is wild and free. Sometimes that card, since she's got red hair flowing everywhere, it reminds me of Ariel in The Little Mermaid when she comes up on that rock and flips her hair and I mean, she does spend the whole movie trying to be something she's not, but that's besides the point. That part's not applicable here. We're just going to go with that scene and that visual representation of just being comfortable in your own skin and this is me, world. Here I am. maybe not quite that loud with the Queen of Pentacles. She's probably a little bit more muted energetically than that, but still I'm seeing that hair going. It's what it made me think of. Don't know how that resonates with you. Take it as you want to, or let it go. But yes, honestly, this is really about you owning yourself, owning your own energetic dissonance, and recognizing the energetic dissonance within you that becomes manifested externally. Once you are able to balance that, I don't think there will be a need to protect your heart chakra anymore, to shut it down, because the unexpected won't faze you, because you're confident and strong and stable in your own energy. You're not swinging back and forth between these masculine and feminines that are all reversed, mind you. They're not expressing themselves naturally. You're forcing something, or you're not doing it, or you don't need to be any way other than you are. It's time for you to find out who you are. Balance those masculine and feminine energies and be yourself. And then the relationships that you have in your life won't be hurting you, because you will have recognized your part to play in what you were creating before. I can already hear some of you saying, so-and-so was a dick, and, I didn't play any role in that. They were just an a-hole. Okay, well, how long did you stay with them for? Why did you continue to engage with them? Why didn't you just move on to a nice person? So that you're still putting your energy into something. How is your energy imbalance responsible for the things that hurt you in the past? It doesn't change. It doesn't change that the things happen, but it is a little bit. I consider it to be a more empowering perspective. This is the role I played in this, and now that I know that, I can alter that within myself, and it won't happen again. I'm taking charge of the only thing I can control, which is myself. And now I'm going to manifest a far brighter, far bigger and better relationships that are actually good for me, because I believe they're good for me. Let's see if we can get a little bit more info on any advice for how to develop your own sense of internal stability and how to balance those masculine and feminine forces. Let's see if we can get a couple of cards for that. Internal stability of the masculine, feminine forces. All right. For your own internal how to develop your own internal stability. This is interesting. This is perhaps the way in which you may have been the Empress reversed. So check this out. Look at all this yellow and red. Ambition and passion, perhaps confusion between the two. That just popped into my head for those of you who are watching who that may resonate with knowing the difference between ambition and passion. Very different. Conquest and passion are very different things, though they can be easily mistaken. So we have the Three of Wands reversed, the Page of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. I think what this is saying is stop waiting for somebody to give you that stability. It's time for you to create it yourself. So this is a little bit of an adventure card. I'm not getting specifics here on what you could do, because it is a general reading, and I suspect part of you gaining that internal stability is actually figuring that out for yourself. So stop waiting for somebody to do it for you, for somebody to just hand you this golden orb of stability. It's not their responsibility, your own stability, it's yours. So now it's time to make it happen. See how this guy's got the world in his hand. It's like he's getting ready to explore the world, or he's getting ready to make the world, or he's getting ready to step out of his comfort zone. Can be with this card. So I would suggest trying some things you haven't tried before, in maybe in perspectives you would have not normally considered. If you're going to be doing some internal work, I think that this is a little bit more out there in the world. How do you handle your relationships? Try things differently. If somebody does something to you and you normally fly off the hook, why don't you try responding with compassion and calm? Or take a time out and take a few days to let your emotions calm down before you re-engage in it. Try things that you haven't done before and see how they work. Because it is, in order for you to have your own stability, you have to know how to generate it yourself. So again, here we have no one. Stop expecting somebody to give it to you, including me in this reading. I can't tell you how for you to do it, because part of your journey is to learn to do it yourself, because then you gain the confidence in your ability to generate your own internal stability instead of relying on others to do it for you. That's some deep stuff. Ooh, lordy. This could be an adventure. This all depends on how you view things, and perhaps this could be something that you can work on. You can view it as an absolutely terrifying experience to start trying new ways of connecting with people, of new ways that you energetically and physically, emotionally, verbally interact in relationships with other people. You could view it as absolutely terrifying and destabilizing, or you can be like, you know what, I'm down for the adventure, because I'm not really happy with the way that things have gone or have been going, and I'm willing to try some new stuff to see if something works better for me. It's time for me to evolve. This is I'm seeing it's time for you to evolve. And it always gets the most uncomfortable right before that in order to signal to you that it's time for a change. So I'm seeing internal work that needs to happen and external work. The balance of the masculine and feminine. Okay. How to balance the masculine and feminine within you more. All right. Queen of Cups reversed. 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords. I don't know that I would normally say this for everyone, so if this resonates with you, this is for somebody who's watching this. But this is not necessarily the rule, it's just applicable to this reading. The way the masculine and the feminine energies that we've been discussing here are showing up are as thoughts and emotions. Emotions are the feminine, thoughts are the masculine. So how you're thinking and feeling, if they're not lining up together, that's a big indicator that those forces within you are disaligned. So for some of you, that can be a really good indicator. I'm thinking this and I'm feeling this. It means my masculine and feminine energies are not synced up. I'm not in balance. I'm out of balance. I'm getting that from these cards. There's another message here though. For others of you, when bad things happen, you tend to let your emotions get the best of you. You become overpowered by those emotions, which throws you out of whack. So in a way, it's almost like a lack of understanding of even the emotions that you are feeling. So what this is suggesting is when that happens, it's, again, learning when it's time to act and when it's not. When you are overly emotional or not emotional at all. We're talking about like emotional imbalance. So you could be ragingly emotional or feeling nothing. Both extremes on the emotional spectrum. When that happens, what I think this is saying is that you need to get away from the situation. You have to give yourself a chance to rebalance. However you need to do it. You know, however it needs to be done. You've got to give yourself the space. It's time to leave that situation, and then you need to do what you need to do to regain control of yourself. So in a way, it's kind of like step out of the situation, allow the emotions to calm down, and start picking different thoughts that feel better. Slowly, take one thing at a time, and it will calm you down. So in a way, I think that this Seven of Swords here, which is oftentimes a tricky card, kind of like the trickster for good or bad, either ha ha ha, the joke's on you, or clever or lying. There's a wide spectrum of how it can be tricky. But I think in this particular case, it's you being tricky to remove yourself from a situation. It's not that you're necessarily lying or you're doing anything bad. I think that you've got to get yourself out of a situation that once you get out of balance, so that you can calm down and you can start seeing things differently. This figure, even, their body moves one way and their head moves another way. It's that pull in two different directions that exists within you has to be rectified. So you've got to leave the situation that you've allowed, we'll say, to set you off, and you can't go back to it until you've recentered and restabilized. So that's advice for balancing the masculine and the divine masculine and the divine feminine within you. Gosh, I'm struggling to speak. Interesting. Be bold and make the first move, Cardinal Moon. That's very interesting, especially with this Fates card. Because you have you taking control and you not having control, in a sense, coming up here. Having this dichotomy, what it tells me is that learning to discern, which we've mentioned this before, learning when to discern whether or not it's time to let something go or to engage in it. Whether, like the Serenity Prayer, learning that difference is what allows you to open up that heart chakra. You don't have anything to fear then. Be bold and make the first move. I'm not really honestly sure how this resonates in this reading, so take this if it resonates for you or not. Cardinal Moon. Cardinal is also a modality. It's the leader modality. So maybe trying situations in which you are leading can help you establish confidence in your own ability to start judging things so that your heart can open up. That's just kind of a side note. We're going to see what this card is. I'm going to butcher saying this word, so I'm sorry if I say this wrong. Pachamama. Reversed. Let's see what we got in the book. You still believe that you have been cast out of the Garden of Eden. Victim mentality there. Thinking it's all out against you. That you are motherless and homeless. You suppose that you need to work very hard to survive or thrive. It is time to stop suffering. Let go of that old myth and realize you were given the garden to rejoice in and to become its steward. Your melancholy is really a longing to return to the heart of Pachamama. Listen deeply to the mother who is always there for you. Walk in beauty and honor all life. Pachamama, let's see, at the top, represents the unconditional love that the earth has for all her children, including the stones, plants, the animals, and humans. Also known as the goddess of earth or Gaia. The joy and pain we taste during our brief time on earth are invitations to discover the boundless love of Pachamama. So there's something about the pain, the suffering that you're holding on to and not releasing, but that you're not also understanding. Time to learn. Time to set up your belief system about why do bad things happen. what's my role in them as well. Get rid of that victim mentality. Choose a life that is not of suffering. Unless, I mean, if you want to suffer, you really wouldn't be watching this video if you were happy with the way that you were. But I mean, you could always choose to continue in the path that you are currently on. Anyway, good luck to you. This actually sounds like a great adventure. It sounds like a lot on your plate, but this is also what comes with evolving. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. It helps me know as a reader that I'm doing a good job. And we're going to move on to deck number 2. You chose deck number 2 for your reading, the Mood Ring. This is going to be the reading for you on how to heal your heart chakra. That's right. We're going to save these 2 cards for a little bit later. We're going to start with 33, reduces to 6, chaos and conflict. Oh boy. Chaos and conflict. There's a lack of understanding of what chaos and conflict means for you, I think. So we have this horse that's zebra that's losing its stripes, and it has like a giraffe pattern on it in a way. So a zebra has its stripes, those black and white stripes. They are opposite. The union of opposites makes a zebra, basically, if you think about it. So a zebra would not exist if it didn't have those opposite colors all over it. In addition, it's the conflict between those colors that gives it camouflage. Well, I don't know. I assume that's for camouflage. I don't really know. I don't know a lot about zebras. I'm failing here, but that's just what popped into my head. So perhaps things have been happening. There's a lot of trouble around you, and it's teaching you what to leave behind, what to keep, externally and internally. External conflict is a reflection of your own internal conflict as well with this card. Keep that in mind. So you're projecting that out into your surroundings. There's some wild imagery in that card. It's almost like a Dali painting, Salvador Dali. Alright, let's get some cards. Oh Lord. Okay. That's quite a lot. That's okay. Let's see if we can get one more. Man. They all came out at once. Sorry about the cord. Okay, there we go. Let's see what we got going on. That's hurting your heart chakra. This seems like familial conflict. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups here, potentially even with your mother, or you are a mother. I'm feeling the influence of a mother here. So either you're fighting with your mother, or you are a mother and you're worried about your kids in some way, or your kid or your child, or something. There's a mothering energy here. And a family energy here. Conflict within the family. It's interesting. I think part I don't think I mentioned this in the intro, but healing the heart chakra, the way I see it, there could be many variations of this, but you're either depleted, your heart chakra is depleted, or it's protected, it's closed down and shut off. I think in this case that you have a depleted heart chakra, because the situation is with this family stuff has taken a lot out of you. The Queen of Cups is upright, but she is like exploding, not quite out of her heart. She's got a little drink by her heart, so you might be drinking a little bit to deal with this stuff. But she is like exploding emotion out of her, basically. So you may have let everything out of you, and there isn't anything left anymore. I am seeing an exertion of willpower, which is what's causing the issue. The chaos and the conflict. We have the Chariot. So somebody is exerting their will, their force in a situation. They're trying to control it rather forcefully. And that's what's creating these problems in the family dynamic. Whether you're the child and you're having trouble with your mom, or you're the mother and you're worried about your kids, or even just the family unit, any disharmony within the family unit. It's funny. This is so crazy because it's almost like there actually isn't a problem. We have the Ten of Pentacles is upright here. The Queen of Chalices is upright here. So there really isn't a problem. But somebody's trying to exert their will in a situation where it is not needed. That's creating chaos and conflict. Because then the others are resisting it. It's not needed. We're all good. We're all good. Everything's good. Everybody's holding hands. It's fine. Why do you need to control this? Everything is fine. And now the conflict is starting. Because there's confusion. I think all parties involved in this are confused. They're confused about everyone's intentions. The intentions of the people around them. Nobody has a clear view right now of the other people that are exerting their will in this situation. All everybody is seeing is the exertion of willpower, and I must resist it. They're not actually taking any time to understand the other people. This is easily fixable. Another aspect of this card, it is a time for understanding. It's a time to understand others, not to be understood. What you can learn from chaos and conflict. So it's a time to gain understanding about other people. It's not really quite so much about you being understood. So I don't think anybody's understanding each other here because they're not focused on understanding the other people. That's what I think that is. The truth, the clarity, the direction to go is being missed because nobody's willing to work together. At some point they were. I mean, everybody is in a way. It's just like, there's probably kids involved because I want to say there's this childish energy. There's this childish energy of kind of reacting on instinct. When you try to restrict and control somebody, their untrained instinct is to resist. And it feels childish, like a child is doing it, not like somebody is less mature than they should be for their age or something like that. But it's still, there's this weird resistance to an overbearingness, maybe. And we have the Nine of Wands reversed. Yeah, nobody knows where to go. Nobody knows what's happening right now. That's really what it is. It's like this forest. You can barely see the night sky behind the trees. This person's leaning on one, trying to see through it, but it just seems massive and there's no light. Nobody knows where to go. Nobody knows what's happening. And I don't think nobody wants to, because all of the players are so focused on gaining the upper hand, on gaining control of the situation, that everybody's forgetting about how to work together. This is an easy fix, because there is still the energy of love. There is still the energy of harmony and commitment and moving together. Ooh, I'm getting a side thing here. For some of you watching this can also be you trying to get somebody to commit to you. You're trying to force them, using your will to commit. But you're not seeing, maybe they're not ready. And it doesn't have to do with you. There's a piece of the puzzle that you are missing about them, where they are. They're not in the position to do it, and it isn't actually about you. It's just that they're not in the position to do it. Maybe they're exhausted. They don't have the space to get to give to anybody. Maybe their heart chakra is depleted, and you're trying to force somebody with a depleted heart chakra to have a heart who just needs time to heal. Whatever the situation is, it's chaotic because people are exerting force instead of letting things just happen. And understanding the other side. Taking time to understand the other side instead of just demanding your own perspective. Let's get some clarifiers. It's very interesting. I think that this is easily fixable. There's a lot of good energy here. There's just confusion around it. It's like you guys are missing the mark and how to tap into that. So then it seems chaotic and full of conflict when it's actually easily resolvable to return back to a nice harmonious equilibrium. Any more advice? Any more advice for group number 2? Ooh, we got that. We got this card in group number 1 in the advice section as well. So, oh, we're gonna take this one. Oh, we're gonna take that one too. Wow, very pentacly. We had the Ten of Pentacles upright before, and now we have it reversed. Any more? One more. All right, so again, there is an opportunity to learn here, to grow and to move forward within the situation that you're in. However, I think it's going to take a different strategy than what you have done before. The Page of Pentacles is about learning, experimenting, growing. So there is a way forward, albeit delicately. See how this person is holding it, that pentacle, so gently with their hands. A gentle way, more than likely, that you haven't done before. It's not about force. Perhaps it's a lot more gentle. But there is a way forward in this that is a lot easier. However, nobody wants to be the one to do it. This is the Three of Pentacles reversed. Everybody wants to be, I'm talking, and nobody's listening. Nobody's listening. Me. All the way around. Nobody's working together because they're all concerned about their own needs instead of the needs of the whole. Now we've got the Ten of Pentacles reversed here. The family unit or the commitment that you're looking for will fall apart if you continue in the way that you are going. It's fixable. Start putting your energy, instead of putting all that energy of the heart chakra into forcing something to happen, put it into creating something new. A new direction, a new and improved way to be moving forward. This involves you doing something you probably don't want to. There is a lot of ego going on here. You're going to have to be the first. You're going to have to be the one that, instead of using force or will or manipulation, is going to have to take that cup out of the air and talk from the heart. Even though you're depleted, even though you're tired. So maybe take a little bit of space to regain connection with that heart chakra. Nope, I'm not seeing people really talking from the heart anymore, and that's what's necessary in this situation to take it to a new direction. It's very recoverable from, but it isn't going to be recoverable if you continue to do what you have been currently doing. And somebody has to start it, so it may as well be you. May as well be you that starts the ball rolling in a new direction. Why not? Oh, well, because so-and-so hurt me. Well, big deal. Why? Then leave them. Then go away. Then, if you want to continue to engage with these people, with your family, with these people that you do care about, start doing it in a different way. Stop throwing a little fit because it didn't go the way you wanted it to go. Let's see what else we got going on here for oracle cards. Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. Didn't I just tell you? It's time to take a break. Meditation actually may be really good for you. Breathe out. This is also about releasing. Release that frustration. Get it out of you, because this situation is workable. And continuing to go and that I'm angry or that I'm going to exert my will over the situation vibe, it's not working. So take a break, breathe it out, disseminate it, release, let go of all these negative things, and come back to the situation once you've rejuvenated that heart chakra a little bit, and speak from your heart. Engage with your heart. Final card. Ooh, Jaguar. I don't know why I said it that way. Sometimes when I do these readings, my ability to read deteriorates. Number 28. Reduces to 10, which reduces to 1. In case that means something to you. Jaguar calls you to explore beyond the walls that confine you. To go outside your normal routine, to push your limits and boundaries. She is delivering an invitation from your own future to investigate the unknown, to venture into the mystery and the dark places you have been reluctant to explore. Toss all caution to the wind. Oh, no, we're going to say that a little bit better. Toss all caution to the wind! It's time for drama, apparently. Actually, it's time for bravery. Just do it. Know that your Jaguar instincts will serve you well. It's time to do something different. Time to try something different with that. And trust that you will be just fine in doing it. You have the ability to do it. You can do it. At this point, it's just whether or not you will let go of your ego and do it, is really what it comes down to. I hope that resonates. This concludes the reading for deck number 2. If you like the reading, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. It helps me know as a reader that I'm doing a good job. And thank you for watching. Good luck to you. And we're going to move on to deck number 3. If you chose deck number 3, this sparkly leaf ring, your guess is as good as mine. We'll just call it Laurel. Just because laurels are a sign of success. So we'll go with Laurel ring. This is going to be the reading for you on how to heal your heart chakra. I'm going to leave these 2 cards for last. All right, we have 52, which reduces to 7. Mending. This is 100% about healing your heart chakra. 100%. For all of these readings, in terms of healing, I've been running into the scenario of the heart chakra being depleted and also being shut down, protected, closed. For you, I think this is straight up healing. It's probably all the above. This is about when hurtful experiences happen. There is an understanding and an integration of that needs to happen in order to heal. I don't think that has happened for you quite yet, and that's what it's what you're seeking, it's what you're struggling with. That integration is what allows you to release, to find the peace, to forgive, and to move on. When you don't have that understanding and the integration of what happened, and why you were hurt, or how you were hurt, and all of the components of it, the role you played in it, etc., 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 that hurt becomes a burden that then you carry with you forever and ever and ever until you learn to integrate and understand it. So we'll see how that message shows up in the remaining cards. It's like you've got these two little angels they're making the string of garland? String of flags. They're integrating with they have a needle, they have the string, they have the flag, they're sewing it all together. They're integrating all of these things together to make a whole, to make something they can hang up, they can, maybe you're an artist, maybe there's a form of self-expression you need to do, but they're making something out of, well, I don't know if I want to say out of their pain, but in this particular case, making something out of your pain may be very useful to you in terms of letting go. Oh, how did I miss this literal representation of it? They're also mending. They're literally mending the flags back together. How did I miss that? I was wondering why I said mending with that image. Oh yeah, we got some trouble here. We've got some things falling apart for you. We've got the Tower. Let's see if we can get one more. That works. Cool. Alright, we've got the Tower. When things fall apart. I think that this has to do with you. I think maybe there's an understanding of why things fall apart that you haven't had yet, and that's why you're holding onto your burdens. That's the integration. When the tower falls, it's because they built this tower here on what they thought was solid ground, but it is a cliff, and at some point that water erodes it and it tumbles right into the river. So there's an element of understanding why things are falling apart. What faulty foundation did I build things on that will help you process the pain that you have had? What was revealed? What opened up for me after something crashed? There's such a focus on the pain that I bet if you actually looked through things, you would see in some situations something opened up for you after the crash. Give me a second with these other ones. This feels very chaotic. I feel like there's several messages here, so I'm going to do my best to try to integrate it. Again, maybe that's why. Struggling with that understanding and integration. This is a time for you, actually, to not act in your life. Perhaps you're oh, no. Crud. Oh, that's messy. Well, that just be what it be. Look at that. Phone crashing down. Everything's crashing down. You know about crashing. Two of Swords, decision time. I don't think it's decision time. There's an understanding that you are missing. and you're going to be deciding from the wrong place. So I think instead that this is more of the stalemate that the Two of Swords is. Embrace that. Embrace a moment where there isn't something crumbling in order for you to gain the higher understanding. Don't start taking more action. You need that higher understanding to be able to build a better foundation. So before you start building again, enjoy the break. What you can understand here is we have the moon reversed, the sun reversed, which are interesting. The moon and the sun are kind of counterparts of each other, both reversed. A lack of understanding of both of them seen in the Ace of Swords. So there's something missing. You're missing an understanding about why things are falling apart. Honestly, I think it's simply that it's built on faulty stuff. Maybe there were things, maybe you started going in a certain direction, but you didn't really have all of the answers. You can't fault yourself for that. You did the best you could, but you didn't have all the answers. So you're not actually a failure. You didn't know. And even if you went back and did it again, if you were back in that energy, you still wouldn't know, and you'd still do the same thing. So it's almost like forgiving yourself for the times you didn't know. And instead looking at what you did learn. What did you now know, having been through that you didn't know before? Now you know it. Great. That's fantastic. Give yourself a pat on the back. And I don't mean that facetiously. The sun and the moon reversed. I need clarifiers on these bad boys. They're not telling me their secrets. I'm just getting a feeling from this of just utter confusion. I'm confused looking at this. 100%, this is a time for you not to act. Just saying. Until you heal yourself, you heal that heart chakra, you learn to forgive. Because I guarantee you're not seeing clearly. If you think you are, you're not. Guarantee you. Because it's so wild. We have so much destruction and so much pain. And confusion and lack of clarity. You know, the sun card is reversed. No clarity in the sun, no fun. It's melting, for Christ's sake. Excuse me using Christ's name in vain. The moon reversed. Subconscious creeping in. Jeez Louise. Your consciousness is melting. Your subconscious is taking over. It's just no balance. This is what's being manifested outside of yourself. This is the faulty foundation. It's within you. And then, what in God's name? Now we got happy cards. So you are so focused on how you were hurt that you're missing out on the happy stuff. Why would you do that to yourself? Don't do that. There's clearly a strong, supportive network somewhere around you, whether it's one person or multiple. You've got some support around you that I don't know that you realize that you have. Stability, support, stability. There is some magic that you have in your life that you are not taking advantage of and you're not appreciating. This is about getting out of your head. That's what this is. The way to heal is to get out of your head. Have fun. Like stupid fun. This could be, there's a childhood element to this card. Childish, embracing your own inner child. Having fun with friends and family, celebrating. Maybe let loose. Don't do anything, threatening to your well-being or anybody else's, but maybe have a party and dance like you're on fire. Just let it loose with no fear, no concern. Just go crazy. This is about having fun. You got to get out of your head. You have people around you that will support you in that. You'll be amazed. Actually, you're too in your head. All right, this is not a time for decisions. This is a time for having fun. And it's interesting. It's almost like by having fun, you rebalance and you kind of automatically heal yourself in a way. You're too focused on the misery. You're too focused on the suffering. You're too lost in your own head. It's almost like at this point you've sat in the sadness for so long you forgot what it was like to have fun. It's thrown you quite out of balance. You can't heal in a place that's out of balance. So just stop. Stop engaging in the tower stuff and the stuff that's crumbling. Just stop. Have some fun. Figure it out. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear stuff like, oh, I don't have any money. Well, then go to the art museum. Well, I take that back. Here where I live, the art museum is free, so that's why I'm using that example. But you don't have to spend money to go have fun. You're going to have things for lunch and dinner at some point. Why don't you go have a picnic instead of doing it at home? You already bought stuff. Get out of yourself. Also, if you can't, it may be time for you to ask somebody for help. Hey, friends that I care about, I'm in a dark place. Can you pull me out of my house and let's go have some fun? I promise I'll have fun. I'll do my best. But I need help getting out because I would rather wallow in my own misery by myself right now. So I need your help getting me out of it. Also restores your faith, actually, I think, in people. I think that's what this is. Ultimately, you got to get out of your head. Too in your head. Too in your problems. Let's see what else we've got going on here. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. I think that this has to do with self-expression. I don't think that this has to do with telling your friends all of your woes constantly. I don't think it's about putting your burdens on them, on the people in your life. I think this is about you learning how to communicate in a healthy, expressive way. And I saw this with this mending thing. They're creating something. There's something to do here with creation, art, dance. I don't know, whatever it is, but there's some form of creative expression that I think can really help you communicate how you feel and get it out. New moon. It's black. It's not void, because void is a different thing, but it all may as well look void. Purging it out so that you are now able to receive the next level of your life. The hunter. I like the sound of this. 27 reduces to 9. Can't do math. Reduces to 9. The hunter. Rely on your own skills to traverse the thick forest you are in to reach your destination. You need to follow the tracks left by spirit to claim your bounty, which is already prepared and being offered to you. Do not follow the maps drawn by others, as they will not lead you true. Instead, become the map maker. Find your internal compass and use all your senses, including your common sense. Yes, yes, yes. This is true. All right. You will successfully be going after what you want. I feel like you've probably tried several times and it's just kind of not working. As it doesn't have to, it does have to do with you, and it doesn't. It has to do with the energy and the instability within you being reflected externally in your environment. But it also has to do with the things that you have built that actually aren't built on proper foundations. But you can still achieve it. It's time for you to get stuff out there. Maybe writing, communication. Maybe there's an element of writing in this. But continue to go after what you want. It's just that perspective shift that needs to happen first. So wait, first pause. We need a pause before you continue to go after what. We need after what you want. You need a pause. Because the way things have been falling down, you've got to start recognizing and seeing why this is continuing to happen. So get out of your head, go have some fun, the answers will be revealed. And once you have integrated and understood what has happened to you, you're able to then heal that heart chakra. Maybe even you have friends that just care. There's people that just care, and in that in itself gives you a sense of healing as well. Then you're going to be in the position to go after what you want, and you won't fail this time. Not that you failed before. I'm sorry. You didn't fail before. That's what needs to be mended. You can't be faulted for what you didn't know. All right, I think that this concludes the reading. I hope this resonated. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below if I did a good job. Helps me know that that y'all are liking my videos, and it supports the channel as well. Thank you for watching, and we're going to move on to deck number 4. If you chose deck number 4, the opal ring, actually I'm going to wear this. This will be the reading for you on how to heal your heart chakra. I'm going to save these 2 cards for later. Let's see what we got. 38. That's 11 reduced to 2. Reduces to 2. To be fair, reversed. This is interesting. I'm wondering if part of healing your heart chakra has to do with helping others in a way. Because this is about either somebody kind of coming to the rescue, or you're going to somebody's rescue, more than likely you going to the rescue of somebody who's been slighted in some way. Immensely important point to this card. I cannot stress this enough. Righting wrongs, righting injustices only works if fairness is the objective. This is about using fairness to right wrongs. Not seeking justice, not taking from somebody else, not beating somebody down because they beat you down. This is about fairness. And you could maybe you're getting involved in a cause. Maybe that's something that could help heal your heart. And something that you've experienced before that really hurts you, maybe you get involved in that cause. Because it does mean something to you, and that helps heal your heart. But that only works if you're seeking fairness, not justice, not revenge, not whatever. It isn't about that. It's about fair, the equilibrium. If you're coming from that space of fairness, even though maybe you've probably been slighted before, you know, you could have been slighted by whatever this is. You choose to get involved in this cause. But you're doing it not to seek justice. You're doing it because of fairness. Take that how that resonates. Honestly, I think fairness, personally, though it's my own personal input here, is that fairness is honestly the only way in which anything can be changed in a healthy, balanced way. All right. How to heal pile number 4, the heart chakra. Got the moon. Queen of Pentacles reversed. So we've got fear, the unknown, even maybe dreams. All these readings have had quite a lot of pentacles in them. We'll take that one. One more, please. Let's do one more. I know there's one more in there that wants to come out. Oh, we got a few more. Oh, my lord. We'll take them. Sure. This is interesting, actually. I think you're struggling with the world right now. I think you're struggling with the current things that are going on. Almost like there's so much fear. There's so much fear in those around you. So much fear in the media, and it's impacting you. Your heart is having a hard time dealing with this, with all of this, the anger, the angst, the suffering, the pain, the raging, the dysfunction. You're probably a very empathetic person. Possibly even just fear of all of this health stuff going on. Fear that maybe you get it. It's crippling you. You want to help. And I think that helping actually is great. I think that that's how you're going to heal your heart, is to be involved. We do have the world here in this case. I feel that very much that this is you concerned about just the world. You aren't happy with the way that things are. I do see a slight tendency for you to want somebody else to fix it for you. I think there's a little bit of hesitation on your part, the Fool, a lack of action, and the Page of Pentacles. I'm seeing it as like somebody coming and handing you something. I think you want somebody else to fix it. You want somebody else to make it feel better. Which you're basically giving away your own personal power by doing this. So you may be, I'm getting the feeling that a lot of you are raging out at the current politicians. You're probably pretty angry. I suspect there's a little bit of reactivity here, where if somebody says, I don't know, I support Trump or I support Biden, whichever way you go, or somebody else, if you're in the United States, sorry, I'm in the United States, I see you reacting emotionally as if they have offended you because you have decided that this other person is bad for the world. You've given all your power up, is really what I'm seeing here. And the sooner you realize that the change that you want to happen in the world starts with you and coming from a place of fairness, that then you can actually make a difference. It's interesting here because we do have these kind of like, it's like emotional outbursts coming, the overflowing. Perhaps you may even be overwhelmed with the negativity that you are feeling around you. But the way, Ace of Cups reversed, Five of Swords reversed. The way to like move past this conflict is to stop engaging in the conflict. Stop being a part of the problem and start being a part of the solution. Because what I'm seeing here is that you don't like things and you're exacerbating the problem, but you aren't creating a solution. You want somebody else to do it. So until somebody else fixes it, you're just going to keep stirring the pot and putting more bad juju out there because you're already surrounded by bad juju and you're probably really empathetic and it's messing with your vibration. So you're becoming like these people that are around you that are raging against the world, making things worse instead of actually creating something better. Yeah, I'll say that'll damage your heart chakra. You cannot make the world a better place from a messed up heart chakra. So if you look at the way the world is and you are angry you're not in the right place. There's a perspective shift that needs to happen there. Maybe you need to get away from some people that are spewing out this stuff all the time. Maybe you need to stop watching the news because all of it's propaganda anyway. To get you feeling like this, if you're that sensitive to energetic vibrations, that news is going to set you off. It's going to get you going in that fear vibration. It's going to get you feeling like everything is falling apart and that you aren't secure, and then you're going to want to start exerting control or raging out at other people, expressing it by attacking others. Recognize that all of these things that feel bad, these are all symptoms of the imbalance. These are all symptoms of issues that need to be healed in your heart chakra. It's a total perspective shift here, interestingly enough, in order for you to help the world, to actually make it a better place like you want to. Because I do believe that you want to. Right now, currently, you are coming at it from the wrong place. And you will only continue to create more dysfunction should you choose to start doing something. Because you've got to heal that heart first. For you, I suspect it's less about healing the heart chakra and more about removing yourself from the things that activate a negative vibration within the heart chakra. Because I suspect that you're very sensitive to vibrations. And you may be untrained in maintaining your own vibration around a bunch of negativity. So until you learn how to do that, you're going to need to remove yourself from situations that fuel bad feelings in your heart. Like things like fear, anxiety, stress, anger, sadness, outrage, all of these things you need to move away from. Because feeling, they're all low vibrations. You can't help anybody in a low vibration. You can certainly, though, learn from it. You can learn exactly what you don't want, so that then you can shift your focus to the higher vibe, start feeling better, and start actually achieving what you want. So you learn from the negativity instead of dwelling in it and acting it out and propagating it. Let's get some clarifiers here. Or actually, I'm going to get some more advice. Because I think you do want to make the world a better place, and that is sincere. But you're coming from it from a place of this is injustice. All these people are liars. I'm hearing this in my head like it's so dramatic. I'm not going to trust anyone. Only these guys are good and these guys are bad. And the bad guys are liars. I don't care if they all die. Like I'm hearing this kind of like bizarre stuff. And you can't change the world from that. Like really, come on. You know better. As an empathetic person, you know better. When did you drink the Kool-Aid? Time to wake up. The moon again. You are afraid. You're reacting this way because you are afraid. Switch the narrative. Stop being afraid of all of this stuff. Start thinking about how you can make it better. Not how somebody else is going to make it, how you can. What can you do? Can you volunteer? Can you start something? Can you start putting a message out there that isn't fear-filled? Because we got plenty of that circulating around. Can you put something out there in the world that isn't based in fear, but is instead based in a higher vibration, that is based in fairness, that is based in achieving equilibrium, that is based in finding the middle ground, that is based in coming together so that we can rectify something instead of coming together to tear it down? I feel like I'm preaching, but I'm feeling preachy vibes from the cards, so maybe you're preaching to a lot of people, and maybe you need a little dose of tough love telling you to knock it off. Start doing, stop preaching. All right, this is just pretty much reinforcing what I'm saying before. We have the Two of Pentacles reversed, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. You You have a bad cycle of engaging in bad cycles. So there's a cycle you're going through. It may even feel a little bit like a tornado is my guess. You got some tornadoes spinning around in you where you're like, no, I'm right. Justice must be served. Stop. It's not about justice. In fact, justice isn't even shown. The card has not even shown up in here. You're putting your effort into all the wrong things. Where your energy is going your effort is going into things that aren't going to go anywhere. You aren't constructing anything, you aren't creating anything besides perhaps more disharmony, more imbalance, and more bad cycles for yourself. Out of whack. Out of whack. We've already been talking about this though. This is a big shift for you. This is a shift in instead of raging against the man, you're learning how to actually take action separate from the man. You don't need the man. You won't if you do this right. Let's see what else we got going on here. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. All right, numero uno. Expect powerful change within you. The only way you can change the world is if you change yourself. And what you got going on is activating the vibration that you are raging against. You are active. You are doing the same thing. It's like when you fight hate with hate. You're activating the same thing. So first thing, change yourself first. Get yourself right. Get yourself balanced. Remove yourself from these fear vibrations. Stop engaging in it. Stop watching and reading and doing that stuff. Stop engaging in it. Balance yourself out. And once you are in the correct position, you will complete, maybe, once you feel complete within yourself and you're not coming from these places of fear, you will be in the position to actually enact change in the external world. You know, the external world is basically a reflection of your internal vibration. So if you are raging against the external world, it's because something's not right in you. So alter yourself first. Get yourself in the right vibe. Get yourself out of fear. Get yourself out of anger and angst into a much more balanced place. And then you can change the world and be doing it in a way that will be successful and actually implementing correct change instead of just creating more dysfunction. Ooh. What did I just say? Complete yourself. 9. Completion. You have finished a cycle and there's no more growth or benefit from hanging on to the old. Your way of doing things, your way of wanting to change the world isn't working anymore. You need a new way now. It's time for a new way. It starts with you first. In regard to relationships, it is time to honor what has been and find a new form for the future. In your ventures, it is time to reap your harvest. Completion is a time for celebration. It is the end of summer when the fruit is ripe. Completion suggests the fullness of the moment and the need to transform an old form into a new one. Yep, time to let go of the old, bring in new. You also want to do this, I think, very strongly within the world, but you can't do it first until you do it for yourself. It's all about this. You know what? I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this one. Because I think this card, honestly, the message of this card is, I could have just left this for you for the entire reading. Listen closely. Injustice and inequity are part of life, but they do not have to define your experience. Let's do that again. That's a powerful statement. Injustice and inequity are part of life, but they do not have to define your experience. This is a time when you may observe an injustice rightened and fairly redressed. Perhaps you come to the rescue of someone else or are called to answer for a personal slight. You will be amazed by the sense of power that surges through you when you stand up for yourself and others. This card also indicates a good time to advocate for others who are less fortunate. Choose your cause and commit to it, because you can make a difference. One thing is for certain. If fairness is your intention, the situation will be resolved for the highest good of all concerned through acts of kindness, empathy, and courage. Let's do that one again. If fairness is your intention, the situation will be resolved for the highest good of all concerned through acts of kindness, empathy, and courage. That's time to start taking that path instead of the raging, fearful, lashing out path. This concludes the reading for deck number 4. I hope this helps. Honestly, I think this has less to do with healing your heart chakra and actually learning how to use it properly, which was not actually something I thought was going to come up. I thought it was going to be like you're blocked or hurt or something, but honestly, this is about you learning to use it properly instead of feeding on the negativity of it, embracing the positive, and actually using it to change the world. I hope you are successful in your mission, as long as you're coming from the correct place. Not your current vibe, but you actually evolve into the correct vibe and actually make changes to implement things to start changing the world, because we actually are lacking people who are wanting to make the world a better place from the correct vibration right now. Anyway, good luck to you. Thank you for watching. If you like the reading, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. It helps me know as a reader that I'm doing a good job. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.